Hey guys, can you hear me okay? All right. Hi, I'm Nikhil. Been with Healthify for about 6 years now. Been worked across marketing, sales, operations led teams across these verticals. To give you a brief context on Healthify, we are a digital fitness platform. We've been around for about 8 years now. Got about 16 million users who use the app for free to count their calories, engage with content in communities. We monetize out of subscriptions. So basically, coaching subscriptions, which are either AI powered or are human coach powered. It is the delivery is completely digital, so we don't have any offline layer to it. All our coaching services are delivered completely online. We've obviously been as a startup, we've grown quite massively over the past 10 quarters. For example, we've grown 10x, and our core business is B2C, while we have a small component of B2B as well, which is more of a B2B2C sort of a layer. 80% runs through a consumer business. And as you've already heard from Jitesh and Sanjay, right? I think in a consumer business, sales as well as marketing goes very well hand in hand. And the way we usually measure what we are doing is in the form of, for example, paybacks, right? That's the way we should look at a business. The amount of money that you're spending in terms of marketing dollars, and how are you recovering over a period of time. That probably defines the consumer business. In our business is built on a freemium model, which is basically built on the back of a engaging consumer base and how they subscribe over time. And for us, it is always important to build both of these on the side, right? To keep building acquiring a user base, engaging them over time, and hence convert and hence create sort of a growth engine that helps us convert these consumers from free to paid. And these obviously these times are very interesting. So for us, the COVID situation has been an interesting learning curve. While we've also obviously seen a lot of tailwinds working our way, there are also certain headwinds that we anticipate. So there are two sides to it. One is consumer behaviors changing quite significantly. A lot of people going online, spending a lot of time on all these platforms. The relevance of health and fitness going up quite significantly. On the other side, as a startup who's backed by VCs, who's dependent on being able to raise money over time, it's very important for you to be very prudent in terms of your cost expenditure. So even when as a business you're seeing significant tailwinds, you need to be very careful of the amount of money that you're spending. So the first thing that usually goes under the axe for any consumer business, for example, will be marketing, right? To look at how your marketing spends can become a lot more efficient. And it is very interesting to see the current environment. When I said that a lot of people have gone online, and I mean, if you look at any platform, right, from OTTs to social media to any platform where an advertiser can spend money, there are a lot more people, lot more consumers who are spending time. And on the other side, the number of advertisers who are spending on all these platforms has gone down quite drastically. And this particular combination has made the cost of serving advertisement go down drastically. And brands are reaping benefits from the lines of 20% to up to a 200%. Uh, so it's interesting to still find interesting linings or opportunities while situations like these are supremely difficult. We've also, like any other brand, obviously been very prudent in terms of our spend patterns, etc. But yes, we're obviously seeing tailwinds on both sides, right? From being able to serve our advertisements to how consumers are reacting to our business in various ways. Uh, in in terms of the fitness industry, right? I mean, every the other side is gyms closing in. All of has obviously narrowed people's options itself on what they could do. I've also always talked about this, how lethargy is probably our biggest competitor more than anything else. And this is one of the times where I've seen people break out of lethargy in a significant way, which obviously is worked our way. So in all these, in this current environment, I think I like the point that Sanjay mentioned, and it's not just about acquiring your new user base, but also staying very relevant. And when we are talking about gyms closing in or people not having as many options, how do you, as a fitness platform, engage with your existing user base and give them options and opportunities to be able to still stay fit? uh, our services, while has always been very digital from a human coaching as well as AI coaching standpoint, we've also capitalized on this opportunity to be able to build sessions for users that they can subscribe to and work out online, right? So being able to not miss the gym but still do their workouts with a trainer having in front of them. So there are all of these situations obviously bring out unique opportunities for every business, and some of these are some of these opportunities give you tangible impact in terms of revenue, while some of these are just to be able to drive engagement, which in turns is able to give you give you an opportunity to monetize over time. And when you look at a consumer business, always you will have and particularly for an application, you have for example, if you have a 10 million user base which is acquired over time, you obviously will have a percentage of people who are active on the application, and a small percentage of them would be in certain funnels of yours, and that engine continues to be on, continues to be working. So you need to ensure that you are constantly re-engaging with your user base and driving an opportunity set which you can monetize and convert over time. This is which is absolutely critical. So the other side, I think, from a sales standpoint, was is not just able to uh, ride on the consumer trends, but also to drive a sales team to be able to work remotely. I think that was one of our big challenges. We've always driven an inside sales team. We've built an inside sales team since the past 5 years, and they've always obviously worked in an offline environment while their delivery is completely digital. But being able to work with them in a completely remote environment, there are certain things that play a very big role, right from the fact of making sure that you are tracking the right indicators. You know what is a lead indicator and lag indicator for yourself, and how do you constantly optimize those over time. Your incentive structures can play a very significant role in not just driving cultures, but also in making sure that there's no mediocrity setting in such a situation. There uh, you won't be surprised to see some part of your base which is taking you for a ride when everyone's working remote, right? So you need to ensure that you're tracking the right metrics which really matter. Uh, so redo structures if needed, obviously, in this case. I think, and as these systems and situations stabilize, right? I mean, hopefully in the next couple of months, as the situation comes to normalcy, we will be in a world which will be best of what we've learned in COVID as well as what was before it. Consumer behaviors and changes, some of it are here to stay, and it is going to take some time for consumers to probably return to what they were, or how they behave. And I think some of it may just not. And on the other side, the way we ran businesses as well, I think it is going to be a combination of how of flexible working hours and work from homes, etc. And I think all of this is obviously given us a lot of opportunities to make these systems a lot more efficient. So I think it'll be very critical for us to be able to learn from both of it, take the best of it, and then take a stance forward, according to me. Uh, from a sales specific standpoint, I think if there are any questions, I think we can take it. We can take it in our Q&A. I'm not very sure how much should we specifically be delving in on specific sales strategies, etc. But I think we could take it with questions itself. Jitesh, how would
We'll
you
take
want
it
to
later.
take that?
We'll take it at the end. There are a
Yeah,
couple of them coming in. We'll take it at the end.
yeah. Okay, sounds good then.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Nikhil. That was useful. Which is, I mean, we are all active users, so